The black ocean churns, slamming against the dragon-headed prow of a lone longship. Kings tremble at the mere mention of one name, Ragnar Lothbrok. In the driving rain, a warrior with a mud-streaked face grips a blood-soaked axe. Empires once paid him fortunes just to keep him at bay, for he was the storm. When the end finally arrived, he did not beg for mercy. A coastal village burns in the dead of night, casting an orange glow over the sea. This is the rise and fall of the most feared Viking in history. A young, dirt-covered Ragnar once stood on a snowy Norwegian cliff. While his brothers fought over scraps of ice, Ragnar looked toward the world beyond. He watched craftsmen in a foggy fjord, shaping curved oak planks with heavy axes. He knew the secret to power lay in the mastery of the ocean. He built a fleet of ships, shallow-drafted and agile. Ragnar's men haul heavy chests overflowing with gold and silver. He returns home not just as a raider, but as a king of warlords. The age of the Northmen had truly begun, fueled by his ambition. In 845 AD, he sets his sights on the ultimate prize, Francia. A massive fleet of 120 ships glides up the river Seine. Frankish soldiers tremble behind tall stone walls. Flaming arrows arc through the night, slamming into the gates of Paris. Ragnar's men swing a massive oak battering ram, splintering the defenses. King Charles the Bald stands in the mud, handing over 7,000 pounds of silver. Ragnar catches a silver coin in the air, grins at the defeated king. He had proven that even the greatest walls could be bought or broken. His power grows, shared with his fierce shieldmate, Lagertha. He sits on a heavy throne, surrounded by sons who would become even more terrifying. Ivar the Boneless sharpens a bone-handled knife with cold, calculated precision. Bjorn Ironside, covered in blue tattoos, stands over a fallen enemy. For decades, the family tears through the kingdoms of Europe. Seeking one last glory, Ragnar sails for England, but a brutal storm shatters his fleet. Soaking wet and bleeding, he washes up on the shores of Northumbria. He was no longer a king, but a prisoner of his own ambition. He is dragged in heavy chains before his bitter rival, King Aella. Guards shove him into a deep circular stone pit. Hundreds of vipers slither over his boots in the dark, their hissing filling the air. A green snake sinks its fangs into his forearm, but Ragnar does not scream. He looks up at the iron grate, blood on his teeth, and he laughs. He shouts. How the little pigs will grunt when they hear how the old boar suffered. King Aella stares into the pit, his face turning pale with sudden dawning terror. He realizes he has not ended a threat, but summoned an apocalypse. In 865 AD, the great heathen army hits the English sand like a tidal wave. Thousands of warriors charge across the fields, shattering the shield wall. Ragnar's sons stand in the ruined throne room, holding Aella's crown. A massive wooden statue of Ragnar burns against the night sky. He lost his life in a pit of filth, but he conquered history forever. The man was dead, but the saga would never end.